All right, I'm going to show you this 20 pack of floating candles. There are 20 of these candles, like I just said, 12 in one spot and then 8 in this other spot. That includes a wand as well, some fishing line, and also these hooks that you can actually hang them up with. So each one of these candles is going to need a battery, and I'm not going to hang them all up today just because it's not the right season and I don't want to have to take them back down and then put them back up and these kinds of things. But the battery is going to go in, and then as soon as you put the battery in, the light will come on. But you can turn that off by putting a battery in your wand as well. And then when the wand is powered up, you have an on button and an off button that you can control each of these lights with. You will need to point the wand in the general direction of the candle in order for this to work. So you can see the on button on top and the off button right below it. So here's off, and it's off, and then back on, and it's back on. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly pointed at it directly. It can be the general direction, and it still works. And it does glow a little bit when you push that button as well. So that's kind of cool. That's fun. So it will control several at the same time as well. So as long as you have a battery in each candle, then pointing it in the general direction of all of the candles will turn them all on or off. Of course, if you have them kind of spread out because of how they're situated around the room, then you might need to push the button several times. So if you have, for example, a candle over there and another candle over here, well, that did work. So as long as they're close, then it'll work. If you have them in completely different rooms, then of course you might need to push the button more than one time in order to turn them on and off. So once again, you're just going to put a candle or a battery in each one of these candles, and then once you do so, you can string them up. And the way that you'll do that is that you'll use the fishing line that's provided, and you'll put that fishing line in that itty bitty hole there, if you can see it. There's a hole there at the top, and you're going to thread the fishing line through that hole and then tie it off, and then do that several times, and you can have a string of them. And then you'll also tie that string, depending on where you stick these things. You'll loop that string or tie that string onto one of these loops, tie it off, and then you can have on the back side of these, there's a sticker that you can peel off, stick it to a wall. That way you can string your strings, string your lights up, and they'll appear to be floating. Pretty cool, because this string is fairly invisible. Up close you can see it, obviously, but further away you can't really see that string at all. So it's kind of a fairly invisible fishing line string, and then you can have floating candles. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of that just using these 3 candles, and hopefully that gives you an idea of what they look like. So threading this through there, and you'll want to tie it off each time so that it doesn't move. Probably doesn't need to be a really firm knot, just enough that it doesn't slide around after you hang it up. You might want to double knot it just so it's more firm. I'm just going to do single knot for now. Do that as many times as you want, spacing them out the distance you want. And this is kind of what you have, a string of lights attached by the fishing line. So I'll show you what it kind of looks like in the dark, so that way you can get an idea of what it's going to look like floating. All right, there we go. So this is kind of what it looks like in the dark. And with the wand, we can turn them off.
Oh.
Just by pushing the button. So they're on and off.
Shouldn't you say a thing?
You can say something if you want to. Like, I don't know, what's the luminous? Turns them off or on. So pretty cool. So yeah, you can string up to 20 lights with this fishing line, and has a nice floating effect. If you'd like to purchase it, there's a link in the description. We get a small commission, and it would really help us out. Hey, my name's Chris, and with my wife Abby's help, we're on a quest to review literally everything.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense.